Some people call me the space cowboy. Yeah. Some call me the gangster of love. Some people call me Maurice, 'cause I speak of the pompatus of love. People talk about me, baby. Say I'm doing you wrong, doing you wrong. Well, don't you worry, baby, don't worry, 'cause I'm right here, right here, right here, right here at home. 'Cause I'm a picker, I'm a grinner, I'm a lover, and I'm a sinner. I play my music in the sun.
For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful, I know that full well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in the secret place. When I was woven together in the depths of the earth, your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. Psalm 139, 13 through 16. Let's start from the beginning. As newborns, we are unstained, removed from the destruction that resides on earth, but only for a split second.
Just as Jesus was unstained by sin, perfect by purpose, so are newborns, untouched by the deceptive, crippling forces of human nature, but only for a split second. The truth is, we are born into an imperfect, tarnished world. Because of the temptation of divine knowledge and power, we lost direct access to God's righteousness.
We are flawed.
We are broken.
We are lost. Therefore, although one in birth, we stand in uniqueness. We even chase after it. Just look at the clothes that we wear.
But is that what we really want? Do we want to be divided, different, set apart from each other? Aren't we all part of the human race? How can it be that humans cause the most destruction among their own kind?
The good news is we are not stuck in this place. Just as the body physically matures and develops, so does our infantile spirituality. We learn. Jesus confirms our eternal salvation in the Word of God, permanent residence in the glorious kingdom of heaven. But first, we must commit our time on this earth to Him, a privilege given us by our Creator through the miracle of life. It is not a right. We are not entitled to life on earth. We did nothing to gain favor in God's eyes. Therefore, life is a mysterious journey filled with periods of frictional transition.
How we deal with them forms the basis of our belief system that governs how we live our lives.
And he went up from there into Bethel, and as he was going up by the way, there came forth little children out of the city and mocked him. He said unto them, Go about this city, go and turn very strong, and turn and looked up, not at first, and all 42 children.
For just as the body is one, and has many members, and all the members of the body, though many, are one body, so it is with Christ.
1 Corinthians 12:12.
think that transition is hard for me because I've had a lot of transitions in my life because I've lived in the same house my whole life, lived in the same town, gone to the same schools, and my parents have been married forever. And the major transitions I've had is when my brothers got married because I was really close to them, and then they kind of went off and got married and started their lives, and I felt like I wasn't quite as important to them anymore, and that was kind of hard for me.
Personally, I think more than a whole lot of people, I deal with transition pretty alright. Like, some people just don't like transition at all. I don't think transition is necessarily a bad thing. If it's something big and drastic, it will take me a little bit to get used to, but it's not really that big of a weighing down of anything, if that makes sense. Like, I don't regret change very much at all, if it's for the better.
I think I do alright with transition. I suppose in terms of just general transitions and changes in my life up to this point. I face them, one day at a time, and just trust that it's going to be alright.
Right now, or recently, my dad has been working for about a year, I think, in other countries. He's been traveling a lot and through Halliburton, and he'll leave for up to like 6 weeks or so and come back for a few weeks and then leave again. And that's really hard, especially on my mom. And so me, my brother, and sister try to really help her out, but it's kind of tough. It's almost like not having a dad at points. But when he comes back, we get to have him again, so that's good.
It definitely depends on the transition and what situation I'm in, but I normally try to keep an open mind and just keep a positive outlook throughout it, and definitely just stay patient throughout the process.
Scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably say I'm about a 4.
I'd probably say 8 or 9.
Okay. 8. I would grade myself at an 8.23. 8.23. Very give or take.
If I'm being fair, maybe a 5. I don't know.
An 8.
It's like a 5 or a 6.
I don't know, like 10,000. Okay. Easily.
Now, probably around 8 to 9, somewhere in that range.
About a 2 out of 10.
Maybe a 7 or 8.
I'd say now, it hasn't always been this way, but I think as of this moment it'd be about a 7 or an 8, so.
I'd probably have to say 6. It's just a different transition, different teaching methods. Tim's hey, let's sit here and I'm gonna lecture you kind of thing, and Jeff's like, hey, let's go do this, And so it's just 2 different worlds, different learning environments. It's probably been better for me to experience new things.
I don't think it's really done much. Definitely there's been a change in the different stuff that's being talked about, which Tim and Jeff have different methods of teaching, and I like both of them. They're both good for different reasons that have affected me. There are things that I miss from Tim, and there are also things that I'm glad that Jeff does differently now.
I love Tim and Jeff equally. But they tend to have different approaches. Tim was a little more subtle, while Jeff is like more hands-on, more aggressive, and as a result of that, over the course of high school, I've become more aggressive in my nature with God. So I'm more upfront about him. He's right in my face and I'm right in his face. So
I have realized recently that I didn't get to know Jeff and Leslie and their kids like I should have. Like, I got to know Tim and Becky just because I knew I was only going to know them for a year. So I wish that I would have gotten to know them better, and so I was kind of standoffish toward them.
I know it definitely had an impact. I think it taught me how to be persistent. Throughout change, I have to rely on God, and that was definitely a change. So I guess that, just being reliant.
I started getting kind of bitter towards the youth group because of the change, and because I was so used to Tim's youth group, not Jeff's, and so I became bitter, and then so that really hurt me spiritually. But I'm still working on it, and I haven't really fully accepted Jeff. I still love him and everything, but I guess it's just that he hasn't been here as long as Tim has, and so we just haven't adjusted to each other yet.
I mean, I was really close with Tim. He was one of the greatest role models I've ever had. I mean, I loved the guy, and when he left, it was hard, but when I knew that Jeff was coming to take over, it was a really good pick-me-up, I guess you could say, because I was nervous and worried about who would be the youth pastor for our last year, and I feel like Jeff has done a great job in taking over, and the change wasn't at all as difficult as I thought it would be.
I've done all right in the sense that, you know, I've kind of welcomed the change that there's been, and you know, there's obviously some kind of friction in areas of just styles and what we're used to. And as seniors, you know, we've grown up with you know, with one family basically, and you know, Tim officiated my sister's wedding, and so, you know, we're very close with them.
I think that I didn't at the beginning because, you know, I just was kind of bitter about the whole thing, but I've learned to take it better, and I've learned to let Jeff and Leslie into my life, because at first I was just like, no, forget it. I'm going to go to youth group just because I have to, and I'm not going to get close to them or anything, but then, you know, they did their Jeff and Leslie thing, and I opened up to them.
I was going to have to deal with it. I mean, like, it's going to happen, so, and I didn't want to push myself away or any others away. I really took it to heart to not let this affect me in any negative way. So I feel like I did do it as I should have. I mean, there's things I could have done better, obviously, but I really stepped in and got involved and made it a point to not like pull back from interacting with the group.
There are definitely things that I probably should have dealt with better, like being straightforward, honest with Jeff, like, hey, I don't like the way you're doing this, and because lately I have been, and it's been much better because we, you know, talk about it and it's done, like it's over.
I definitely feel like I probably should have done more stuff with Jeff right at the beginning. I kind of dropped off and wasn't doing as much stuff with the youth group at the beginning, and I've picked up more and doing stuff now. I feel like I've definitely become, when there's a change, try to become involved with the change and get involved in stuff to get yourself going in the new aspect of things.
My priorities now are typically just not get overwhelmed by everyday things, and as far as college goes, I want to keep the same mentality, to keep a calm mind and a clear head about all these things that will be happening.
It's definitely going to be different. I'm hoping that I'll have more free time because I won't be in school all the time. I'll have classes like every once in a while, so I'm hoping that it'll give me more of a drive to strengthen my relationship with God, as well as find new people and new perspectives to help encourage me in my relationship and walk with God. So I think it'll be good.
I know there seems to be a lot more focus on school and college, and with that I need to know how to prioritize my my activities with church and school and whatever other things I'm going to be involved in. Hopefully I'll be able to have God as my number one priority, and then everything else follow behind.
I think that my priorities being church and stuff.
Yeah, sixth faith.
I think that I'll still be strong in my faith. I'm going to find a church and get plugged into friends when I get there. I already have some things in mind, but I think I'll do well with my priorities. I don't think I'll get caught up in all the dumb partying stuff, I guess.
All in all, high school really is laid back. College, it's going to be really fast-paced. There's going to be so many things going on. I'm definitely going to have to manage my time more wisely, for example, but try to keep the same important priorities. Obviously it's God, and then studying and making sure you're still doing well in classes, because that's what's going to help you succeed.
I'll have to take an initiative on my own part to get things done and to get myself up in the morning, even getting myself up. So it'll definitely be different to see how I manage my time, or just going to church, making it a habit, just making those new habits in a different place geographically, and so I'm pumped about it, but I'm not really scared to see things change, because I feel like I can roll the punches almost.
Again, I think I'm decent at rolling with the punches and going with the flow on that stuff, so I'll be able to transition really smoothly, I believe. I don't know. I can't say for sure because I haven't done it yet, but I think that it's not going to be too big of a challenge.
I think so. The things that I've done, in my life, and with sports and with the youth group and in school, it's never been easy, not all the time, I guess. So I've definitely been well versed in challenges and in all sorts. And so I think when it comes to starting a new phase of my life, I'll be well prepared for any kind of challenges that happen in any kind of aspect.
Yeah, I think it's definitely helped me. I got the chance to go to the college I'm going to and spend a few days there, and got to know a few guys who I'm actually going to be on the same dorm floor as them, so I feel like I'm getting connected to a good group of strong Christian guys who are going to help me in college.
Yes and no, because I've made a lot of mistakes through high school, but I think that's also prepared me. I feel like I can talk to my parents a lot more stuff than I could. My freshman year, I was scared to talk to my parents about stuff I screwed up on, but now they know everything, and it's just easier for me to talk to them now.
I do. I feel like since I've grown up in church my whole life, I know right from wrong, and I know I have my morals and values straight, and I know exactly how I'm going to live my life. So I feel like as soon as I go to college, even though I won't have my same church family, I won't be with my parents to tell me what to do and to go to church and stuff. I know that I'm going to get plugged in with a really great youth group and a really great church, and find some really close, good Christian friends to keep me accountable for my actions. And so I really want to become a lot stronger Christian and just hang out with people that are Christians too.
I'm going to Navarro. It's such a major transition from high school to college that I don't think any high school kid will ever be enough prepared to be like, oh yeah, I was perfectly prepared for that. It's just, you don't expect it. It's such a change in everything.
For me, it's like I'm at a crossroads, and I'm not for sure yet where I'm gonna go. But I think no matter where I'm gonna go, I'll be able to do it smoothly. I won't worry about it. I won't doubt myself. And personally, I'm looking forward to it.
The sum of our experiences up to this point has helped us define our individuality. Throughout high school, we were encouraged to express ourselves in unique and novel ways. Though we find ourselves in differing outlets based on our talents and tendencies, our delegated purpose remains the same.
Anything and everything we engage in is a direct representation of our Heavenly Father. For we are created in His own image. In the image of God, He created us. Looking ahead, it is important to remember this unity. The time has come. Reality is staring us in the face. College, life after high school, the real world.
We acquire new responsibilities as we venture away from dependency and life within the bubble of Midlothian, Texas. As testified by us all, this will definitely be a period of learning, experiencing, and learning again. Yet, we are confident because of our foundational beliefs in Jesus Christ, Son of the Most High God, who knew no sin, yet became sin on our behalf, that in Him we might become the righteousness of God.
Guys, high school is not purpose as the prime years of our earthly lives. We are called to something so much bigger. We are servants of the Almighty, sons to His purpose, anxiously waiting to do His bidding until the day when we get to see our Heavenly Daddy face to face. The day when we get to go home. Are you ready?